Welcome back, everyone, to a new episode of Dear Goldy. Hope you guys had a great weekend thus far. Happy Saturday for just tuning in. On Sunday, are you guys rooting for who? Who are you guys rooting for in the championship games in the NFL? I'm rooting for Bengals and 49ers. I want kind of a little bit of a rematch there from way back when, and hopefully the Bengals can pull it off, right, instead of the 49ers. All right, guys, so in this episode, we're going to be roasting someone today. So this person left a comment on a 3-year-old video. Yeah, you read that right. 3 years old. Now, but I don't want this little series for Dear Goldy just to be about roasting people. I kind of want you guys to ask me questions about anything. Could be sports, could be about me, could be about gaming. It doesn't matter. It could be about anything. Except, leave the politics out of it. I don't want to go down that road. This is not a politics channel. You can go to someone else for that. So, I want that series to kind of grow. I want this series to kind of grow into being something kind of cool like that. I get to know you guys a little bit more. You get to know me a little bit more. And that's how we're going to be able to build this type of series. So, I don't want it to only be roasting people. But this episode is another roast. So, let's talk about this guy. YouTube Life comes flying in on a 3-year-old video from NCAA Football 14, show your sliders, they said. Now, I launched this video way back when we were doing the Big 12 series. When we had just started it, people wanted to see what our sliders were. They thought it was too easy. They wanted to know what we were rocking with, and I showed it to them. I showed them exactly what we do here for the Big 12 series when that thing was running hot. Now, he comes flying in. We're going to call him Coach instead of YouTube Life. So, he's kind of like a coach, right? He's telling me he's telling me everything that I need to know and what I did wrong, and he's trying to help me, right? He's trying to help me. Go play with a 2-star team and try that shit. So I take this as kind of a challenge. He's challenging me at this point. So he's saying because we drove down the field and we scored with 100 Ohio State and 0 Michigan and the slider sets, that it's because we're using Michigan that we were able to drive down the field so easily on 100-0 slider set. Let me repeat that. 100-0 slider sets. Okay? Okay. So let's analyze what he's saying here. It's because you're using Michigan. All right? So if the sliders were at 50-50 even, Ohio State is still the better team. I think we can agree on that. This is, again, Wilton Speight-led Michigan. They're not the greatest team in this game. At that time, in this roster, they're not the greatest team. So Ohio State still has the advantage, even though it's 50-50. So you tone the sliders back on the user side. You make it 100-10 OSU to Michigan. How is Michigan even on a level playing field still? It doesn't make any sense to me. Of course, it would be more difficult using a 2-star team with those slider sets, and no one would dispute that at all. Using a 2-star team on base sliders would still be difficult against Ohio State. So what's his point? He doesn't have a point. It doesn't make any sense. Think about it this way. If you're trying to head to the finish line and you have to start 5 steps back from everyone else that you're competing against, you're at a disadvantage. No? The correct answer is yes. You are at a disadvantage. It is more difficult. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't still win. I mean, you might be Usain Bolt out there. You have to start, 100 feet back from everybody else. But he still might win. It still might be easy for him to do it. It's just more difficult than it was at base. So he comes back and he says, it's pretty strange you don't understand, so let's make it stupid proof. I think what you're saying is pretty stupid. You're using one of the best teams in the game with all players in the 80s and 90s. I don't agree. I don't think that Michigan was one of the best teams in the game. So obviously the quarterback can make throws to open guys. Obviously the receivers can make catches. If you use, let's say, a 75 overall team, your quarterback wouldn't be nearly as accurate. Your running back would be hit behind the line most plays. And your receivers would drop passes. Of course it would. Of course it would. But the point of the video is to showcase that an EA Sports created football game, the sliders and the importance of them is broken. The sliders make it more difficult than it would if you were starting at 50-50. It doesn't mean that it's not easy. It's just more of a challenge than at base. That's the point of the video. And if you know what you're looking for, if you know what you're looking for and you're an experienced player and you're looking for animations and you've practiced and you know that he makes one cut on an out route or he makes one cut on a slant, he makes any cuts, there's always someone open. There's always someone open on every single play. EA Sports always gives its users a receiver to throw to. Not everyone's blanketed, as this guy is making it seem. So I basically say that, right? So someone is always open regardless of slider set. Even if you're experienced with the game, you see that. And you're stating the obvious that a two-star team would make it more difficult. And no one argues against that. I don't argue against that. I just, again, slider sets are kind of pointless. They're kind of pointless. They still make the game a little more difficult than at base, but it's still kind of pointless. Your last sentence isn't English. Wait, which one? But the idea you're saying that using Michigan, even with sliders heavily in favor of the CPU, isn't a challenge yet still, is asinine. It is actually English. What does yet still mean? I've seen on the web people using yet still altogether. Does it have by chance the same meaning as even so or something like that? Yes, exactly. You've got it. It means the same thing. You're doing great. Do you know how to improve your language skills? Okay, I'm not interested in that. Maybe we better send a link to this guy. You want to do that? Here. Let's send a link to this guy. Here you go. Here you go. Get edumacated. You just got done with a video. No, bro. It was 3 years ago. That no matter what, there's always someone open. Now you're saying it's a challenge. No. It's more of a challenge than at base. That's what we're saying. Which is it? Also, I've been playing NCAA since before you were in first grade. So before I was in first grade, wow. So maybe you don't make assumptions about a random person on YouTube. Well, you're making a pretty large assumption about my age, aren't you? It's kind of hypocritical. Point stays the same. Your statements are only true with a good team. Play with a bad team, and there's not always someone open. Yes, there is, sir. Yes, there is. And we're going to show that in this video, if you guys have stuck around by now. So we're going to show that with a little college football revamped. A little challenge has been accepted by yours truly. But I want to go back to this. If you've been playing this series since before I was in first grade, why the hell are you looking up slider sets? I'm just going to leave it at that. So what do you say, guys? We go into College Football Revamped and we show this dude why he's hecka wrong. All right, guys, so here we are, College Football Revamped. Have not done a single gosh dang thing with College Football Revamped. I have it, but we haven't made any content for it. This might be the first one. This might be the first video for it. So guys, we're actually going to go all the way, the same thing as the slider test video way back 3 years ago. 100 sliders for CPU, 10 for the user. And we're going to go with Navy against Alabama. Navy is a 65 overall rated team. They're the worst in College Football Revamped with this roster set. And that's what we're going to do. So 65 against 97, the best team in the game. In this roster set, at least. So, now I did choose Air Raid. I did not choose Navy's offense because I wanted to prove to you guys that someone is always open in this game. It doesn't matter if it's revamped. It doesn't matter if it's the old one. It doesn't matter. There's always someone open. So, guys, let's get it underway, man. 100 sliders to 10. Worst team against best team. Let's do it, right? So Navy's going to start off with the football here. First down and 10. 8-minute quarters. I'm just going to show you one score if we can get it. If we can get it. If we throw a pick, we throw a pick and this guy's right. You know, if we suck, this guy's right. But we're starting this off with a little Navy identity, right? So here's Arline. I don't follow Navy football here, but we're doing a little triple option. We're going to pick up about 4 yards there with Carlinos AC. So second down and 6, what are we going to run here? Let's see. I like the flood play, I think. I think that's what we ran here. Let's take a look. We ran flood. All right, so let's see who's open here on this play. We're going to look for X, possibly. Nope, he is not open, but take a look at that. He was open a little bit if he threw it, if he trusted it. He could have thrown it right there, but we decided to go a circle route. He seemed like he was wide open. He missed the throw, so far, Coach He's right about that, right? So he missed his target, but again, some good quarterbacks can miss that throw as well. So I wouldn't still give that to him. 3rd down and 6. Mark Walker's going to get 5, but he was open. He was open, and it's Alabama on a in route. Like, Navy should not be able to throw the football with this much effectiveness with their wide receivers. Take a look here, wide open. I mean, that's just too easy. 4th down and 1. We're going to get 16 yards. Go watch that slider test video. Michigan, Ohio State. It's the same thing, guys. It's the same thing. Yeah, 4th and 1's a little cheesy. Maybe you might argue that. But let's see what happens here. 1st down and 10. This is just a prove-it video. This is a prove-it video. We want to show him what he's wrong about. Take a look at this. Cooper with the spin move. Get to the end zone, baby. He's got one man to beat. He is down at the 1-yard line. 50-yard catch and run. You tell me why 100 slider set to 0, or to 10, I should say, is getting that wide open. Why is Navy wide receivers? Why are Navy wide receivers beating Alabama cornerbacks? Tell that to me. Answer me. Come out here and answer that to me. 6 minutes, 44 seconds. 2-back set. AC in motion. We should be able to score here. Let's get this ball here to Warren, and he's going to run into his own running back and get dropped here for a 2-yard loss. Bama, nice little run defense there at the goal line. So we're going to actually get ourselves just a little bit more breathing room. But 2nd down and goal. We're going with a passing play. It looks like we got hooks on the left and right. And we're going to actually go out there and challenge the left cornerback. And boom, there you go. Touchdown, Mark Walker. Navy gets a touchdown. Xavier Arline, 4 of 5 with a touchdown against Bama. You tell me, guys. You tell me. 100 sliders to 10, and we still drove down the field with relative ease against the best team in the country. So you tell me, man. You tell me. Is someone open on every single play? There were a few plays that it damn sure near looked like it. And why does EA Sports put out this type of product? Even though it's 8 years ago, guys. Even though it's 8 years ago. This is the point of that video. This is the point of the slider test video that Coach just obviously missed. So guys, leave a like if you like this thing. And again, let me know what you think about the sliders. Do you play on 100 to 10? Do you have that much success? Do you think that Coach is correct? Or do you think that yours truly is in the right here? Obviously, the video proof there. So guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Leave a like if you like this thing. And again, leave your comments and questions for the next possible episode of Dear Goldy. I'd like these not to be so roasting. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. As always, thank you for watching, and peace.